Hello everybody, today I'm going to be working on this Cedrus Deodara. It's a Himalayan cedar. It was a Father's Day gift for me, not this last Father's Day, which was June here in the UK, but the June before that, so June 2018. I did have a quick look at the roots at that point, only to find that it has quite an ugly graft just below the soil level, so I decided that I wasn't going to do anything with that at that point. Just leave the soil built up back up, and I'm going to look towards this tree being a semi-cascade tree, but as you can see it's got very long, very leggy over the last year and a bit, so it needs to be brought back under control. I need to get rid of all the weeds and dead needles, and I am just going to prune it back to get some growth coming back inside the tree, so because at the moment it's in danger of all the growth being out on the ends because it's too leggy. So without further ado, I'm going to move the camera in and we're going to start getting rid of some of these weeds which sprung up almost overnight, it seems, but all I've done with this tree is feed and water, and so birds drop in weed seeds, wind blows in weed seeds, and before you know it you've got great big weeds that are 2 foot high, flowering their little hearts out, trying to start the cycle all over again. Okay, that was almost fun where to start on this tree. I like the trunk angle here, and so obviously this bit, to me, in my mind anyway, is too tall. So let me just see if I bring the camera back a little further, you can see a bit better what I'm talking about. This is the line that I like. I think a lot of this has got too tall, too long, too leggy, so I'm going to be shortening it back. I actually think I'm going to lose this entire section, so oops, just a label going before I change my mind. There it goes. That was quite a big chunk. Okay, so centre the pot up on there. Now if I just give it a quick 360, you can see it's got a reasonable amount of movement in this plane. But it's getting quite wide in that axis. Another weed. So I think this is my preferred front for the moment. Yeah, this is my preferred front. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to shorten this back slightly, and I've got a branch here crossing over another branch which I don't like. I'm going to lose this one. That's better. Okay, so this I'm going to shorten back. I'm just wanting to compact the growth in a little bit. So I'm just going to trim back some of the ends of some of these shoots. I know because I'm just cutting some of the needles I'm going to get some brown growth. Some browning of the growth, but that's okay. Hopefully I'll get some back budding too, and eventually the tree will shed the old needles in favour of new ones anyway. So I'm going to take out this large chunk of branch here. That'll give some taper in this branch and make it a bit more light and airy, which I like. This is really, I'm really just rough pruning this back to get a structure really, as opposed to just a big shaggy lemon of a bush, which is what I'd got. So yeah, get rid of a lot of these dead needles. A lot of this central part was shaded out by that top, so it was in danger of dying back. Okay, I'm going to take out on this piece, I've got a piece growing upwards here and then a short stump, so I'm going to take off both of those in favour of the piece that's growing slightly downward. Cooper, what are you doing? Cooper seems to have found something in the bushes. Possibly a frog from the pond. He seems to quite enjoy chasing them. Hasn't actually managed to catch one yet, as far as I'm aware. Okay, so again, taking some pieces off that are growing upwards. And this is going to be, if this is my front, this is very much a back branch. So I'm going to shorten that to there for now. Likewise this one at the top here. Okay, and I'll shorten this one as well. Yeah, so that's really all I'm going to do to this tree. Obviously I'm going to... This tree, in comparison to working with the saguaras, is very prickly. Trying to get these dead needles out, and I almost want to be wearing gloves. It's that spiky. Yeah, very different to working on the saguaras, which are almost like stroking an animal. You know, it's a bit more like fur than leaves. Okay, so let's give you a quick 360 on the tree. Actually going to shorten that back as well. Now, it may seem quite harsh, but I think it's given it a better starting point for some structure. I'm actually debating whether to pull out that thick piece there. I am going to take that out, and I might even wire that. I'm going to lose this other piece behind. anyone tell that I'm flying by the seat of my pants here? Yeah, no, that's better. I'm going to wire that piece up, and then we'll have a look at what it looks like. Okay, so there we are. That's the tree pruned up, and I'm still not certain about this piece here. We have kind of a Y piece. I think I've cut enough foliage off this tree for one go. I don't want to cut any more off for the time being. I have wired this piece up, and that gives it, an interesting trunk line. Most of the foliage pads will come out to this side eventually, and I think I'll have to shorten back some of this stuff on the top here at the back in future years, but for the time being that can be part of the engine that drives this tree going forward. I envisage I might lose it here somewhere, this section, but for now that can continue to help the tree grow. Perhaps consider that a sacrifice branch. So there we have it, a Himalayan cedar getting ready for its next stage as a bonsai. Come back next year. I think it'll be next year that I'll be looking to put this into a nice pot, or a nicer pot. But for the rest of this year it's going to stay in this pot and continue growing, and we'll see how it looks next time out. Okay, thank you all for watching, and as always, please take care of each other.